Panther people, what up? The Carolina Panthers can redefine their defense with just one move. Go ahead and watch Panthers Post. Thanks for joining. I literally jumped out of the lake to talk about this. And no, I don't want to talk about the fact that the defense absolutely dominated the offense in this latest practice before FanFest. I don't want to talk about how Bryce Young threw, I think, 2 to 3 picks. Not going to talk about that. Not going to talk about how Nick Scorton tweaked his hammy in any way. Not going to talk about how Tetra McMillan is as advertised. I could say that for a little bit later, or maybe after the FanFest that's opened up to practice. As we now understand, Bryce Young and Tetra McMillan will be playing in the first, I think, 2 series of the preseason games against the Cleveland Browns next week. I don't want to talk about that. Nope. I'm going to talk about a guy who I thought the Panthers should be on months ago. And now, suddenly, he is available. And that is all-pro linebacker, edge, hybrid, Micah Parsons from the Dallas friggin' Cowboys. He reportedly, according to Diana Rossini from The Athletic, the relationship between Jerry Jones, and Micah Parsons and the Cowboy organization is so bad, so toxic, that he is looking to not only seek a trade, which he asked for anyways via Instagram, but looking to just straight up sever ties. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I'm not an agent. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if that means he severs ties with the Cowboys. He's no longer with them. He sacrifices all salary to do so. He basically quits. There's no severance, nothing. He quits. He's out. He's automatically free agent. I don't even know if that's an option. I'm sure there's some fine print in there. I don't know who his agent is. It might be Drew Rosenhaus. If that's the case, maybe he might get exactly what he wants. Either way, it is bad, downright bad, to the point where he did indeed, just after that report came out from Diana Rossini, Micah Parsons, about an hour ago, on a Friday afternoon, long weekend news dump, he says he wants to be traded. Now, I can go through some of the scenarios and how I think this could actually work out, but I'm going to put this out there right now. This could very well be just a leverage game, and he is just going out there, getting ahead of it, saying, I don't want to be with the Cowboys, I want to be traded, just so the Cowboys then rip up that contract. Like, hey, how much money do you want to make as a non-quarterback? Do you want to be the richest non-quarterback ever in NFL history? He probably sees what TJ Watt's now making. Probably seeing what maybe Trey Hendrickson could be making, though it's not even going to come close. And probably he wants a bit of that. Maybe he wants not a $100 million contract, a $200 million contract. He's only 27 years old, maybe in the peak of his career. So this could all be a leverage game to make the Cowboys sweat a little bit and say he doesn't want to be there. He is very public with his podcast, social media, saying he wants to get out of Big D. And there'll definitely be some suitors, no doubt. There'll definitely be people out there like your Carolina Panthers who are going to want the services of one Micah Parsons. But this could all just be a leverage game to try to get as much money as possible from Jerry Jones, who's got a lot of money. Now, despite the fact the Cowboys absolutely suck rocks, they got a lot of money. So, just saying, this could very well be a leverage game from him and his agent, try to get as much money as possible. But just for shits and gigs, let's see the comparables. So, Khalil Mack, who was nowhere close to as effective or as good as Micah Parsons when he was traded. I think he was with the Bears. He went to the Bears, to the Chargers or to the Raiders. I forget. Doesn't matter. Either way, Khalil Mack, not as good as Micah Parsons. To obtain him, it included 2 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and a 6th-round pick. To get Khalil Mack, a second-round pick, and a conditional 5th. I do that yesterday. I would have offered that during draft day. If you're the Carolina Panthers and you're hoping you're good, so your first round pick is no longer the top 10. Let's say if you make it to the wild card, you get 9, 10 wins, 11 wins, and you find yourself in the wild card race, or you win the division. Your first round pick is going to be in the late teens, early 20s. We're not picking 8 anymore. Let's hope if things go right. And you give away your 3rd round pick, 6th round pick, and you get Micah Parsons, who was a year younger than Khalil Mack when that trade happened, and you're getting a 2nd round pick. And again, if you're good, your late 1st round pick is almost like a 2nd round pick. I don't know how deep the draft is next year. I know it's deep at quarterback, but I don't know what other positions it's deep in next year. Jeremiah Smith, And Ryan Smith, I don't think they're eligible next year for the draft. So that's the draft after that. So potentially, if you do this trade, you're not getting either of those guys. But again, you'd have to suck because those guys are probably going 1-2 in the 2027 NFL draft. So basically, if you're good, your first round pick is really a second round pick. You're getting a second round pick back, and you're getting Micah Parsons, and you're swapping a 6 for a conditional 5th. And you have a gigantic need at linebacker. Josie Jewell's out with a concussion. He's no longer a Carolina Panther. Shaq Thompson is with the Buffalo Bills right now. So you got Christian Roseboom, Trevin Wallace, and whoever else. What if that whoever else was Micah Parsons? And the connective tissue between the Panthers and Micah Parsons is unbelievable. Like, it is completely public out there. Again, I mentioned how public he is on social media. He went to Luke Kuechly and told him straight up in like a sit down. This wasn't like on the sideline before a game and Luke Kuechly was on the Panthers broadcast and he saw Micah Parsons. They were literally sitting down in a hotel room and Micah Parsons told Luke Kuechly to his face, "This is one of my favorite teams," or "That was my favorite team growing up." I'm telling you. The Panthers being an expansion team in 1995, those guys now who are in their early 20s grew up with the Panthers, the same way that our moms and dads grew up with the Packers and the Bears. Just saying. Guys are growing up as Panthers fans now. We saw that Ike Ekwonu, Micah Parsons, boom, that was his favorite team. We saw during his Bleacher Report live draft broadcast when the Panthers picked up Tetro McMillan, Micah Parsons was on the ground pissed. He wanted him. He apologized to CeeDee. Eventually, they got George Pickens, but he wanted Tetro McMillan. Well, guess what? You can get Tetro McMillan. He also, when the Panthers were going through their rut with Bryce Young, either in his rookie year or when he was benched, who was standing by his side? Micah Parsons. I'm just saying, I think this would make a whole lot of sense. Now, again, we've fallen through this hole before. Garrett Wilson publicly went on Twitter saying that Bryce is nice. Ended up signing a massive contract with the New York Jets. Micah Parsons has said glowing things about Bryce Young, glowing things about this organization. Could this all just turn around and he just signs a massive $200 million contract with the Dallas Cowboys? Absolutely. But if you're Dan Morgan, you got to at least make a call. He is a linebacker. Micah Parsons is the quintessential linebacker hybrid edge. Imagine him, Princey Umanmielen, who is an absolute dog. I love this man. Nick Scorton, DJ Wonham, Patrick Jones III, Derek Brown, friggin' Bobby Brown, Tersh Wharton, and who else? Friggin' Cam Jackson. It's just ridiculous. Like, that defensive line would be maybe top 3 in the NFL. I'm not even playing. You got the Phillies number 1, maybe Kansas City 2, and then I would say the Panthers would be 3rd or top 5 with those dudes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I think that'd be tough to beat that line. It'd be tough to beat that line. So yeah, that's just my live gut reaction right now. Dan Morgan, get on the damn phone. If it means 2 firsts, a 3rd and a 6th, are you kidding me? Do it now. Let me know in the comments below. See you guys soon.